everyone, Exterminator here, and for those of you who are already subscribed and may be returning, I know it's been a very long time since I've recorded a video, and I'm going to explain that, if I decide to, I'm going to explain that in some future video, because this one, I don't have a lot of time. It's going to be maybe 25 minutes long or so, and I don't want to waste time explaining that, but for anyone else who's new, may have found the video, welcome, and I'm going to play some Factorio today. It's going to be my first episode in the Factorio series. Hopefully it will be a pretty long series. I really enjoy this game, and I'm just going to spend the first 3 or 4 minutes here explaining kind of about the game. For anyone who doesn't know, it's an alpha, and actually for being an alpha it has quite a lot of content, except for it doesn't really have a story or really well built end game, but even so it's a type of game that you can play kind of without those things. So let's see, we're gonna get right into it here. There's a campaign and a sandbox mode. I have not tried the campaign, but from what I've seen of it, it doesn't really look like something I'm interested in, so I'm gonna go ahead and play some sandbox mode here. Pretty much what the game is about is you are from Earth and you've landed on an alien planet, and you pretty much have to kind of colonize it and prepare it for everyone else from Earth to land there. And part of that in the sandbox mode is your end goal is to build a rocket defense to for protection for everyone else to land. And pretty much it's just a game about building factories and expanding, and there's obviously aliens on the planet which you have to fend off, and eventually you have to go and destroy their stuff to get some items that you'll need. But it sounds kind of boring, and I thought so too when I first heard about it, but after watching some videos I had to pick it up because it just looks really entertaining. It's kind of a game, it's like a mix. It's kind of like Minecraft and No Moria or Dwarf Fortress, kind of all put together, but it's still very unique and quite fun to play. So let's get into it here. These are our settings for the sandbox mode. It actually gives you quite a lot of options in the way of this. I actually don't know what terrain segmentation does, so I'm just going to leave that be. And I have played one game so far, and I didn't do very well, but when I played it, I left everything on normal except the size of the alien bases, which you can do there. But I found that I had a very hard time getting any decent amount of our resources, which is coal, stone, copper, and iron. There's oil too. I didn't really have a problem with that though. But they were, when set on normal, I found they were pretty small deposits of everything, and very scarce. I would have had to travel like across the entire map just to get another one, which wasn't even very big. So I'm actually going to set these all on high, or actually I'll set them on I'll set this on normal for the frequency, but I'm gonna set the size here for all of them to big. And I didn't do this the first time because I thought that it would be kind of cheap, you know, just having all these resources, but you actually go through them a lot faster than you would think, and I just didn't find very much when I left them on normal. Now oil, I'm going to leave on medium because I really didn't have a problem with that, and I don't think you need a ton of it. And then richness, I'm going to put on good. I'm pretty sure that just means like this obviously is just how big they are, like in terms of like width and stuff, but richness actually like is how much is underneath, you know. So there will be like 5,000 normally, and this will make it more than that under each little chunk. And I'm gonna leave the oil on normal. Now, enemy bases frequency. I'm gonna leave normal. I am gonna go with a little bit of a challenge here and go with big, which is what they were before. In richness, I'm not really sure what that means, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it on good. You know, if we lose to them real quick or whatever, we can just start out. It's an experiment, kind of. Starting area medium. I'm gonna say big because I also had a problem with space. It jammed me in a little place next to this big lake surrounded by trees, which are quite a pain to chop down in this game, and it made it quite difficult. So peaceful mode we obviously don't want because enemies would never attack. And I'm gonna go ahead and generate our world here. It'll take a second. Okay, so here's a little synopsis it gives. This is a Factorio free play. Your task is to prepare the planet for colonizing forces from Earth. Landing ships will be an easy target for attacks from the native bases. However, they can be protected by a rocket defense. You will need to research advanced technologies in order to unlock the rocket defense. Start small, work your way up with automation, and don't forget to protect from the natives. Okay. So it's pretty much just like I explained. And this is a little tooltips that pop up. We're gonna actually, there was one here I missed the first time, which I kind of wanted to see. Actually, I don't think so. Okay, so we have our starting area here, and we can press M for a map. Whoa. Okay, so this is obviously copper here. We have an insane amount of iron, which is good because you need a lot of it. Coal, on the other hand, seems quite scarce. I'm going to actually explore a little bit. We're kind of spawned in a desert. I really don't like these lakes, to be honest. No, they're kind of in the way, and these are some strange little patches. Like, how am I even supposed to get to that? Okay, so we have some coal. Wow, is it like put me on an island? We have a massive thing of copper over here. And okay, and this pink stuff here is oil. I actually don't see any enemy bases at this point. It almost seems as if it put me on an island. It's actually unfortunate there's not very many trees, seeing as how you do need wood. I'm just gonna explore here for a minute. I might actually end up re-rolling this map because this is quite strange. Okay, see, here's an enemy base. These little guys. Okay, see, there's tons of oil. I'm not gonna venture this way because with my little pea shooter of a handgun pistol here, they're just gonna destroy me. What is this exactly? I guess that's like grass or something. Okay, so this is kind of weird. There's no trees. Oh geez, and there's a base over here, which apparently I can't see on my map, which is kind of interesting. It seems to not be showing it. And in this game, trees actually absorb pollution. And pretty much the main reason aliens will attack you is because your pollution spreads to their bases and pisses them off. So they come to attack you. It's either that or they actually enjoy the pollution and have come to get more. But I doubt that's the case. Wow. Okay, so I actually don't particularly like this. This is very strange. There's a lot of open space, but I'm actually going to re-roll this map here, and that seems to be quite a large base. I'm going to re-roll this map, so I'm going to stop the recording for a second, and you'll catch me back when I get one that's a bit better. I'm not going to roll until I just get the absolutely perfect one, but this is not ideal at all. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay guys, we're back, and this is my third roll, I think, on a map, and this actually happens to be pretty close to as perfect as you can get. There's a big grouping of trees here, which will help slow the pollution a bit, and we will need wood. And there's several deposits of iron here, here, and here, and it looks like a large one here and a medium one here. Copper and coal and some more coal. And we have a thing of stone here, 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 kind of scattered everywhere actually. Excuse me. And I don't see any bases yet. I'm sure they're around. Actually, the map I rolled before this was in a big desert, and there was a massive base like right next to my starting area, and I decided that would have been quite intense. So okay, so pretty much I'm gonna try to find a good balance here in terms of what I'm explaining and what I'm not. I'm going to explain pretty much what I'm doing, but not go into detail because, you know, I want to find a good balance. I don't want to bore people who know what the game is, and but people who may not have seen this game before, I don't want to leave completely in the dark. Okay, so we have a burner mining drill. It can mine any of the 4 resources, and this kind burns either coal or wood. Later, well, actually, quite quickly, we will get electric ones. Okay, so right now I'm mining with a walking stick, which is not ideal. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stick this here for now, and actually I do have some iron. I'm gonna make an axe or a pick, and that'll help me collect things much quicker. We'll go ahead and mine this coal. Get some coal to put in that burner. Really don't need much because the beginning stages here you advance quite quickly. You know, I'll be on electric miners probably within 5 or 6 minutes here, maybe a little longer than that. It's turning night. One thing I kind of dislike about this game is at night, unless you set up lights, which we'll get later, you can't really see anything. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this here. So it's gonna go ahead and mine the iron, and it'll just dump it here. So we need to make a chest. Put the chest there, because it can only like put so much on the ground, and if you don't have a chest, it'll just stop mining because the ground, the space on the ground it put it is full. So we're gonna chop some more trees. Right click to chop, by the way, and left click to place things or select things. And I mean, I need this wood, but also I'm just kind of clearing space around this coal here. Dead little tree there. What are these? These are like, damn, these look really sharp, but I don't know what they are. Okay, so we have 12 iron ore. Okay, well, obviously we can't build anything with the ore, so I'm going to need a furnace, which we already have here. And that was actually silly of me to put this chest here. You can actually stick a furnace right there, and it will smelt directly from what this is mining. So you see it's smelting this. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that, because we're aiming to get another one of these, and it takes gears and iron. You can see down there on the bottom where it says total raw. That's what you'll want to look at a lot of times, because that shows exactly how much iron it takes total and the time it takes to build and it also takes stone, which wouldn't have really been obvious normally. I mean, it's made out of stone, but... Or wait. Yeah, I don't really know why that needs stone. Oh, because it also needs a furnace, I see. So, I'm gonna mine this here. And I'm gonna go ahead, collect this. Now, one thing I like about this game is with some games you would have to go through the tech tree. Like, I'd have to build this before I could build this. But in Factorio, which I really like, unless you're building complicated things, then you'll need a factory, which we'll get to later. But for things like this, you can just click on it and it will make everything that's required as long as you have the raw resources. So it went ahead and made the furnace, and then it made everything else. So we have our iron going. The next thing that we're going to need quite a lot of is coal. So I'm going to go ahead and put that there. And of course I don't have any coal or wood. I'm just going to get 10 wood. You collect 5 at a time. Because this will start mining coal, and then it'll obviously mine coal far faster than just burning it. And I'm going to go ahead and take this iron. And we can actually make another one of these, but... Actually, yes, I do need one for copper. Because that is going to be what we make our actual components for power out of. Okay, so go ahead and stick 1 coal in there. That won't last very long, but run over to our coal guy here, pick up the coal, put half of it in there, and I need a chest, which I don't have any wood for. So it is actually, like, the very start's kind of slow, but we'll get there. Okay. So you can see it stopped mining because it ran out of room to put it. So I'm put a chest there. Take this, and again, that was really silly of me because just like the iron, it can actually mine straight into a furnace, which I'll need because I also need copper plates. I can't do anything with the raw ore. Okay, so that's doing its thing. Go here and collect more coal. Probably should load this up. Yep, it's almost out of wood. And go here and get our iron. Okay, see, the next thing I'm going to want to make is a pump, because we're going to need that for our steam engines. But the pump requires an electronic circuit, which also requires copper plates. So now I can make a pump. This guy ran out of fuel. Go ahead and put half of that in there. And get this, I'm going to need pipes. Quite a few. Okay. So seems our biggest body of water is going to be over here. I could pump from one of these. I don't actually know if the water's infinite in this game, if I could just pump from this and it would last forever. But I really don't want to risk that. I need somewhere so I can expand this. This actually should allow me to expand it pretty good. Okay, so let's take and right click makes 5 of them. Zoom in here. Okay, so I'm gonna drag this out. And actually I did not need to go that far. Okay. Need quite a few more of these actually. Okay, let me see here. I'm just kind of planning out in my head. So we're gonna have a conveyor belt, grabbers, and then our boilers. So theoretically this should be enough. Okay. We need boilers, which require stone furnaces, obviously. Okay, so this guy's out of coal. Collect that. We actually need, well, we should actually put a drill on stone here. Okay, I'm gonna make another mining drill because I will actually need stone. Now wait, does this require... Okay, this just requires raw stone. You will need stone bricks for things later, but primarily walls. Wow, we're really pumping out this iron. So like, it may seem like this stuff is gonna last a long time, like, you know, there's almost 2,000 in each spot here, but you end up going through it very, very quickly, actually. This ran out of fuel again. Okay. Take these. Go ahead and get this. This guy's out of fuel. This obviously is not continuing because I forgot to put a chest there like a derp. And again, obviously wood won't last as long as coal does. Take a drink of water here. Okay, so I'm gonna want quite a few boilers actually. Go ahead and make all those, because the boilers are used to heat up the water before it hits your steam engines, and if the water isn't hot, then it will not work very well. And these say they need fuel, which will be coal. And we'll get there. Take some more stone here, make another boiler, and I'm glad I'm getting a lot of these because I'm gonna need probably all of these belts, because we're gonna be transporting the coal from, well, actually that's a really small deposit. We might transport it, that's a really long way though. We'll start it from here. It's not that difficult to change where it's coming from once you get into things. Gonna make another boiler. And I'm actually going to wrap up this episode in a second. Took longer than I thought to actually get a map that was decent, so take these. And sorry if it does seem pretty boring right now. Honestly, it kind of is, but we'll start getting going here pretty quickly. Okay, 15. I think I'm gonna want like 5 on each side, which is gonna require a lot of stone and stuff to make. So I have 2 on each side. I need 3 more. So actually, all of these will be good. Okay. So place here, here. That's okay. Here, here, and here. I'm gonna have a conveyor going down the middle, and then grabber things, which I'll show you in a minute. Okay, so now we need to make our steam engines, which of course require iron. See, these are a pain because you have to keep manually refilling them. Oh, and that's out, or it will be. Take that, put, oh, actually that has quite a bit left. Refill this guy, refill, okay, he's good. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I will want, well, one steam engine will actually be pretty sufficient for a little while. And go ahead and turn him around here and put it here. Okay, so I'm gonna need to fill all these up. For now I'm just gonna fill this side, which actually that's derpy. I don't want to do that yet till I'm ready. But I think I'm gonna wrap the episode up here, and if you enjoyed it, go ahead and use that like button and subscribe if you want to see more. I'm going to be putting these up mostly on the weekends, but there will be quite a few because I'll record them throughout the week. It's just my internet situation will allow me to really only upload them on the weekends, but there will be quite a few uploaded each weekend. So look out for that, and thank you all for watching, and I will talk to you all later. And if you have any tips about commentating style in general, or Factorio, or things you want to see here in Factorio, go ahead and let me know in the comments. And now I'll actually talk to you guys later. Thanks.